Bella is the show. It's dope. And how did you feel when you found out you was going to be playing the part of Hillary?
I didn't even really think I was gonna audition. I didn't think it made sense.
We are in New York City right now, Audacy Live Studios, amazing building right here. Yeah. Audacy check-in. My name is DJ Buck with Big Regg, and right now we have an amazing artist from Nashville. I expected a country song from her, but no, Coco Jones came on fire.
See the look
Coco.
You just gave me?
I know. No, did you grow up on country? Was country had any kind of influence on?
I will say some country songs did influence me, but I really wasn't immersed in country music the way that people would assume that I am because I'm from Nashville.
You mentioned Nashville, you're like, yeah.
Nah, honestly, my parents' music became the music that I listened to the most. So what's really awesome is that I listened to like very old school R&B, and my dad, he claims he was a DJ when he was in college, but I ain't never heard none of his friends say that.
No mixtapes or nothing.
No, I'm like, sir, you think you were. Anyway, but he would always be putting me on game to like OG rappers and like album cuts of songs. Music was he's really into like music, and my mom was a singer growing up, so she had songs that like became my audition songs. So I was really immersed in old school music and like the main.
So you're different, because I was going to ask you a question. Old school is different for a lot of people, depending on how old you are. So if I was to ask someone who's 25 what's old school to them, they may say, Mariana or somebody. Yeah. So what is old school to you?
I think I even mean like Kool and the Gang.
Okay.
Or like, like Biggie songs.
Okay.
Slick Rick, stuff like that I would have never heard without my parents playing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then on the music side, like Aretha Franklin or like OG Shirley Caesar, stuff like that.
Yeah. We're celebrating 50 years of hip-hop right now. What are some of your first experiences with hip-hop? What are the first things you remember about hearing your first hip-hop song?
One of the first things I remember, I've actually told this story before, is the Slick Rick song. I think it's called Children's Story.
Children's Story.
I remember I was in the car with my siblings on the way to school, and we heard that song, and I just thought it was so cool. I love the storytelling and the characters. Like, would you do that, please, please? I thought that was so cool to me. So I remember that being one of my first experiences with hip hop. I was like, this song it's actually a story. I feel like I'm in the story. I can see it.
He's a storyteller.
I love that lyricism.
The best storytellers in hip hop.
Yeah, it was really cool.
If you could have any rapper on your project, who would it be?
Past or present?
Past or present?
Yeah.
Any you want, past or present?
You can go back and grab somebody and bring them to the present.
This is tough. Honestly, I'm thinking Tupac.
Tupac?
That was my dog. Okay. I really feel like I love the rawness, and he wasn't afraid to really come for folks. And I just like that.
He's gonna say it. Yeah, he's gonna say it.
He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. I like that authenticity. I would say him.
So what was the song that got Coco Jones into wanting to be a singer?
I don't think it was a specific song. I think it was, first of all, the athlete in me. I started off playing basketball, and my dad played professional football, and so we were all like, it's gonna be sports for us. And so I've always been really competitive, and I would do like little talent competitions and little like school plays, and I just had to be in the front. Like I just had to be the best. And then I also would notice how the crowd would react when I would sing. And it reminded me of when I'm scoring. It's like, yes, I was like, I'm like, this kind of feels like the payoff of a sport. What is this? Is this a job? Is this something I could do as well?
Can I get paid from this?
And then when I found out I get paid, I'm like, permanent timeout. I will be singing for the resty. Yeah.
So did you have that thought of, you know what? Only a few people make it in basketball, but singing, you got kind of control over that.
I think it was more like I feel my most me when I'm singing. I loved basketball too. It was a challenge, and I live for a challenge, but something felt like purposeful when I would sing. It felt like God was saying to me, like, this is you, It just felt way too right.
Were you nice in basketball?
I don't know anymore. At this point, I thought I was pretty fine, but I think I was just tall as hell.
No championships, no trophies,
It wasn't giving that. I started singing professionally at 10, so I stopped playing basketball. I was trying to balance them at first, and then around 12, I was like, I'm done here, y'all.
A lot of people know that your first love is singing, but a lot of people was introduced to you on the TV screen. I seen you on
Bel Air.
Bel Air.
He loved the show.
That's my show. Bel Air is the show. It's dope.
Thank you.
I like the fact that when I watch watched it because I seen the build up and everything. And then when I seen, I was like, hold up. None of them look like nobody on the original, but I loved it because it was all melanated people.
Yeah.
And how did you feel when you found out you was going to be playing the part of Hillary? And sometimes they try to get the person to look like they do. It was nothing like that.
Yeah. I honestly was very, very surprised that they wanted me to play Hillary because I also assumed that we're supposed to look like the OG characters, and I'm literally not. So I didn't even really think I was gonna audition. I didn't think it made sense. My team was like, you need to audition for this. And I was like, I do not look like that. I was like, can I read for Ashley? They were like, girl, Ashley's 12. Get on camera and send it in by midnight. I was like, all right, okay. But I was really excited to play Hillary because I understood. I talked to the director by that point about what they're trying to do here. And so it's a whole new thing. I understood the concept. So then I was excited to get to represent dark-skinned women in this light. They get to play this woman who gets to dress amazing, who, you know, is loved. It's not a struggle story. I get to represent that, and that will change the next young girl's whole perspective on life, maybe, you know?
Did you ever get a chance to meet the original staff?
I did get to talk to Karen Parsons, yes.
Did you?
I did. We had a whole little powwow talk together. And she basically gave me like her big up. Like she was like, I'm very picky and particular, but you're doing it. Yeah, you're doing
after y'all filmed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, the EP that's out right now.
Yes.
Putting that together. When did you start piecing that together?
What I didn't tell you, my EP, putting that together was, I would say, a 1.5 year long process. I didn't know that's what I was doing. I was just making songs, but really I was getting better and better and better and finding my sound, trying out different things, different subject matters, different styles to see what really felt like me. And I was doing this around the same time that I was shooting Bel Air. So I would start at 5 a.m., be done around like 7, 8, go to the studio until I couldn't, till I was just tapped out.
Yeah. Another song on the album I love is with the SWV sample.
Thank you. Double back, yeah.
Double back, let that go. Bring that out. You gotta let that release that one. That's number.
It's out. It's definitely out, and we're gonna. No, I agree. I think we're gonna start pushing that one after. I mean, ICU has just really
number 1 on Urban Radio.
Okay.
Still moving.
Yes. So I'm like, let me not compete with myself. Like, go on, girl. Go on, ICU, do your thing.
Let that one ride too.
I'm going to let it ride till those wheels fall off. Okay?
Coco, thanks for checking in with us at Audacy. We appreciate it. Had a great time with you, and I can't wait to see what's next for you.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.
Future's definitely bright.
Thank you.
Coco Jones, Audacy check-in, Buck and Regg.